welcome back to Dukascopy TV. I'm Monica Gibson and I'm joined in the studio by Mr Roux. Eric, thank you very much for coming in.
You're welcome, Monica. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Now, we've spoken before about the topic of innovation. Now, time and time again, we understand there's a push towards it, but bureaucracy and red tape so often does get in the way. However, if we just go back to basics for the moment, Eric, and talk us through, please, what is innovation? How would you define it, if you like?
Okay, innovation is really a process of change. So there are really two characteristics, and technically speaking, innovation is doing something different. But there's a lot of innovation that takes place day in and day out, which is doing things better. But let's focus on the innovation which is about doing things better. There's really two types. There's disruptive innovation and there's sustaining innovation. And so disruptive innovation is when something entirely new or different is put together or brought to market, creates a new market. And the sustaining innovation is what we see going on in a lot of companies. So take, for example, the research and development in a pharma company. They will continuously be investing heavily in developing new drugs, researching new drugs, testing clinical trials. In a financial services company, you will continuously have sustaining innovation because they need to improve how they run the shop. So running the shop could mean customer service, focusing on improving customer service. It could mean improving, reducing the costs, improving quality, reducing risk. So those are just a few easy examples of what's always happening. And innovation has become much more important nowadays because it's looked at as one of the generators of growth and opportunity.
Now, you mentioned some examples there, but could you give us perhaps some specific examples of where innovation is taking place?
Well, innovation isn't new. A lot of people associate innovation with technology, and actually innovation goes a long ways back. One of the best examples, which if you research innovation you find, is the automobile. Now, many people would think the automobile was disruptive, but actually it wasn't. The automobile was a gradual evolution of transportation. What was disruptive innovation in automobile was mass manufacturing. And the most famous story, and probably the easiest one to understand, is how Henry Ford started to mass produce a single car made a single way, single color. And that's what introduced mass production in the automobile. So today, innovation, if you take technology, the one thing we all encounter all the time, the greatest extent of innovation has been around social media and mobility. With 4% growth in technology spending this year, which is predicted by some research that's been done, mobile devices and growth in mobile technology is double that. So it far outstrips the innovation that's going on anywhere else. And we feel that every day with the portable devices we use.
Now, that's sort of the journey, if you like, but why would you say that innovation is so important today?
Well, innovation is a bit of a two-edged sword. On the one hand, you must continuously spend and invest. So when you do that, and if we take the drugs example, today we know that the cost of healthcare and the aging population is putting a bigger and bigger burden on most developed economies. And what that means is the researchers need to find more cost-effective means to give us health solutions which provide a much better result. Not a better result, but a result more quickly and a more effective one, so that people don't have to be sustained with a high cost of healthcare over time. So that would be one very important example of where it needs to take place. There's always a contrast that I like to do, which is between the sciences and financial services. If we take financial services, innovation in financial services has been very progressive for a long time. So you have it around products. So some people speak about microfinance. Other people speak about structured notes. And we can talk more about those, but most importantly in finance, the process of change is really continuous. And the biggest challenge the financial services companies have today is finding a technical solution using a lot of this new technology, which allows them to tackle the challenge of regulatory compliance in a cost-effective way.
And so where would you say that innovation is happening most often, and is the need for innovation being implemented in actual industry-wise?
Innovation's definitely being implemented all the time. Everybody knows how Apple has brought so much innovation, and that's probably a great way for everyone to understand what innovation is, bringing something new out that is taken on by customers, by people, and they have a big appetite to use it. So it's essential to respond to customer needs. The other example that's given, which is quite interesting, is customer service. So a lot of us, if we bought something, would get serviced by calling up or visiting a shop 9 to 5, whatever it would be during the week. Today, if you take Amazon or you take eBay or you take another site where you might shop, it's pretty easy to get 7x24 support with a chat line direct, whether you're sitting in Asia or the US, whenever you're traveling. So that's where innovation has led to changes in customer service, and it's led to new products. So responding to consumer wants. And the interesting thing about innovation is it is changing as well. So there are two types of innovation that are really changing a lot now. One is open innovation. So open innovation is when you or I are invited to participate in testing some of the new products or getting involved in what's being developed and giving the feedback right away. And the other is sustainable. So it's very different than sustaining innovation, but sustainable innovation is what we see with solar panels. So solar panels are coming down in cost. If you just look around the region here, you'll see there are more and more solar panels on people's roofs. And you will also see the geothermal heating is available on a mass market to all of us if you have a home. So it's really, innovation really is touching on everyone, and it's a continuous process.
And what would you say are the main factors driving it, though? Is it consumer driven, or is it businesses that are leading the way?
I think that the consumer, we always want something new. So we continuously have an appetite to have something new, to try something new. And obviously there are different price points where that can be more or less interesting to different people. But I think that's a driver. So that will always happen. And I think it's very interesting. Some people will say, well, a lot of money is spent on research and development and it doesn't benefit everyone. The challenge is that if companies don't, there isn't growth. If companies don't innovate, there isn't opportunities for the scientists, there isn't opportunities for people in business. So it's essential. And in the end, the consumers are buying what they want to buy. So I think it's fair to say that companies should be responding to those needs and coming up with new ideas. And essentially, it's been going on throughout history. Innovation is just a permanent part of human nature.
Eric, thank you very much for joining us again today. Innovation is such an interesting topic, but it's great to sort of take it back to the bottom line and discuss it through. I do appreciate your time today. Before you go, we would like to ask you to take part in our Dukascopy question. Now, the Dukascopy question is, if you have $1 million to invest for 1 year, which instrument would you choose to invest in? If we look at the board, we have options: real estate, equity, bonds, gold, cash, or oil. So looking at the board, what speaks to you? Where would you put your $1 million?
I think at this point in time, Monica, I would choose to invest in real estate.
Real estate, okay. Any particular reason or area or anything?
I think that, I have an interest in real estate in the States, and I like spending time in the States. I also think the market's quite interesting. The market has been down, and it seems to be showing signs of coming back. Okay. So I think that would just be a comfortable one for me. Good.
I see definitely opportunity there. Thank you so much, Eric, once again, for taking part.
Thank you, Monica.
Well, that's all from Eric and myself for the moment. Click back to Dukascopy TV for more of the same. Bye for now.